All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rig Rundown with the Axeman Steve Sampson of LIT SOUL, previously with Burn Cycle, founding member of Stonebreed, and many, many more. And here's Steve. How you doing, Steve?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Good, man.
All right.
So, where are we? This is the man cave, right?
Yep. It's the man cave. Yep. A little disheveled right now, but it's the man cave.
It's awesome.
We had to set up to do this. So.
Absolutely. Cool. So, let's just get right into it. Show some of your guitars. What's your number one?
My number one is definitely this one. Definitely the black. It's a 2005 Les Paul Studio.
You said 2005?
Yep. 2005 Les Paul Studio.
Awesome.
It's the one I play the most.
Yep. Number one. It's in the studio, as you said. And can you tell me about it so far as pickups or just,
all standard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is all stock. I've changed nothing really. I've changed other than strings. Changed nothing.
Okay.
And actually, it came to me because we were talking about rescuing a dog and everything, and I really didn't want to do it, and we had so many, and Jill was like, so like, what would it take to like convince you? And I was like, well, buy me a Les Paul and I'll do just about anything you want. A couple days later, went down to Guitar Center and got this.
No way.
Yeah. Kid you not? It's like, okay.
Wow. Now, is that the first one you picked out, or did you play several?
I know, I played many.
Okay.
Many. Went into the little isolation booth and everything, and this was like the third or fourth one I played, and I set it aside immediately. I sat it down and I was like, okay, please bring me this one. And I've never been in that position before where you can actually select. It's usually, I've only got this much money, this is all I can afford, buy kind of thing. And I actually got to go through the whole, bring me this one. And this one stayed the whole time. And there was another one that was wood, had no finish on it at all, it was just all wood. And I thought about getting it. And that was the other one, that was the second runner up. But once I played this one, I was like, the feel and the tone of it, and I played them all through the same Marshall, and it was just, guitar players know. You find that one, you're like, yeah, this
Absolutely.
one. Yeah, and it's been my main ride ever since, man. It has.
That's great.
And
Okay.
it served me well through many different bands.
What kind of strings you play?
I prefer Dean Markleys, but from time to time, depending on what I'm doing, switch up a little bit, Diodario's,
What's the gauge?
10.
Okay.
Definitely 10. Used to be a 9 player, and then I started breaking them. So when I got my first Les Paul, which we'll get to in a second, the guy who sold it to me, who was very knowledgeable, his name's Jim Brown. Believe it or not the football player. Mm-hmm. And he said, let me give you a bit of advice. Go to 10s on a Les Paul. He said it's a short scale, and he was right. Wow. And never looked back after that, man.
All right, awesome. What else you got?
Okay, and then what else I got here is my very first Les Paul. Because you got to understand, growing up a big Kiss fan and a Led Zeppelin fan, I wanted a Les Paul the whole time. And when I was about, I think I was like 23, 24, so something in that neighborhood, a very lovely woman that I was with at the time, she bought this for me from Jim. And the guy was just mentioning a minute ago. It's a 76 custom. Everything is stock except for the knobs. This is how it came. I bought it as it was. Still got the pick guard, but any true Les Paul player knows pick guards are just not right on customs. I don't know why. They just are not right. So you take them off. And mine I still have and everything, but everything's stock except for the knobs. And Jim sold it to me at a really great price. He said, for you, I'll do it for $600. And I said, because I told him how much I had, and I had just a little over that. And he said, just give me the money and leave before I change my mind.
Oh, wow.
It was one of those deals. So, yeah, I took it home, and
it's probably worth a little more than that now.
Oh, yes. Oh, God, yes. Yes. 76 custom, yes. And especially after Les Paul himself passed away. Rest in peace. Yeah.
So that's like your number two. That's your backup, right?
Yeah, but this is the one that when I die, I want to be cremated. It goes with me.
Okay.
It goes with me. If it does not go with me, I will haunt you. Ooh, in a bad way. he goes with me.
All right.
So, and then back here, I have to stop here next. Back here, the original Les Paul Studio.
Okay.
This is an 87. This is when they first
Wait, so we got a 2005, and what's that one again? 76?
76.
And this is an 87?
Yeah, and this
is
is
studio.
an 87 Les Paul Studio. This is when they first started making the Les Paul Studios.
Right.
And you can see all the gold hardware, which mine has, it's all original. I haven't changed anything, and if I want to play it live, I need to change some things. But it's all original, again, except for the knobs. The knobs are not the same.
Okay.
But it's the 87 when they first came out with it, and the difference in weight is like amazing compared to the modern day Les Paul Studios. This thing is featherweight. This weighs almost as much as the custom.
Oh, wow.
It's a real piece of wood.
Yeah.
And it plays awesome. And
do you have an idea, what kind of wood or the kind of unit on the neck it is?
I think this has the graphite neck and everything, but I know they use a lot of mahogany and rosewood, things like that and stuff. But I really don't know exactly what it is.
But that one's really heavy. But your main number one isn't as heavy, so that's probably a different kind of wood, right?
Yeah. It's way lighter. Yeah, it's way lighter. And this one frets like nobody's business, man. The neck is just awesome on this one, and most of the songs I've ever written in my lifetime since I've owned it, this is like 98% of them have been written on this guitar. This is my sit down in the rocking chair, not plugged in, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just my.
So that's kind of
guitar.
its job now. Why wouldn't you play it live?
Well, it needs some work done.
Okay.
It needs some work done. As I'd mentioned, original saddles,
Yeah.
they're wore down.
Okay.
Any guitarist would know this. They'll be like, dude, you probably should change that. So yeah, if I get them changed out, actually it'll work nice. And it has a really funny story being here in this room. I came in here one day and I went around the corner and I heard some noise back behind the little bar over there. Lo and behold, there was a squirrel in the room. This is right out of Christmas Vacation. And this was sitting right here in a stand.
Mm-hmm.
When I came back and I saw the squirrel run underneath the bar, I went back with a broom to chase it out, and wouldn't you know it, it runs directly underneath this guitar on the stand, and it goes, boom! Yeah. And
But the headstock didn't break.
Actually, it did.
It did.
It did.
Ooh,
but
okay.
a friend of mine fixed it, and you can't even tell.
Well, as I know myself, they sound better sometimes after they're
Yeah,
fixed.
this actually stays in tunes
Yeah,
better now.
yeah.
It does, man. But you can't even tell. There's no. You can't
Oh,
even
didn't you also break the headstock on that black one, on your number one, too?
yes,
And
I
it sounds
did.
better, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Matter of fact, I broke the headstock on that one twice.
Yeah.
But yeah. This one was a squirrel that did it.
Okay.
And needless to say, my day was
Sounds
ruined.
squirrely. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Because it was my main ride all throughout the 90s and everything.
Yeah.
You can tell by the.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can
Shredding right
tell.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this was my main ride through the 90s and playing a lot of Pantera, Metallica, the good Metallica,
Yeah.
pre the Black Album. If it offends anyone, fuck you. That sort of stuff and a lot of Black Sabbath. This was my main ride.
Nice.
And stuff. So,
All right.
I love this guitar.
What else we got over there?
All right. And then what we got? We got here. As I knock the hell out of it, there's a Contessa 6-string acoustic. Again, throughout the 90s and all the way up to here, it's been anything you've ever heard me done acoustic-wise. Anyone that this guitar was played, no question about it. It's just one of them off-brands that it rocks. The feel of it, the sound of it, it kicks ass, man. I just can't complain, man. And just lucked into it, kind of thing. But
Do you have any idea what year or where'd you get it?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Have no idea.
Okay.
So yeah, I just know that it has a nice mid-range. It really has a nice mid-range punch to it, man. You can really play well. Slide goes great on this thing.
Wow.
Goes great.
Do you play a glass or steel slide, or what do you?
Heavy brass.
Heavy brass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heavy brass. The lighter ones don't work for me. And then this, I basically got at the same time
12-string.
as I got that when I got the 76.
Oh, okay.
I got this basically at the same time. Same guy sold it to me in a music store and stuff back in Morgantown, West Virginia. Go Mountaineers. And this was just hanging on the rack, and they were having a clearance sale, and I was like, let me see that. And yeah, dude, I mean, just, and you'll hear, if anyone gets to hear what we did with When I Die, they will hear this guitar.
They will hear that soon.
Yeah, that's what I played.
Wait a minute, you actually played some of this on Bless My Eyes Your Cruelty.
Oh yes,
on the outro.
yes, I did. Yes, I did. That's right.
Good the whole song, actually.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
And again, as far as 12 strings go, man, dude, this thing frets. This thing frets like nobody's business, man. I mean, it's. It frets.
Wow.
You can get down on this thing, and it has a great sound, and I fell in love with it. And again, just another one of those right place, right time kind of things. Scratch Dent and Demo sale, just happened to be there before it went off the rack and stuff, which it would have flown off the rack quickly. I just happened to be there early enough.
Very nice.
Love this thing. I wrote many songs on this too.
While you're grabbing the other one, what size pick do you use?
I am 60 or 64. 60.
60.
Yep.
All right.
60. It used to be 64.
Mm.
And then this one here, obviously, is a Gibson V. It is the 67 reissue.
Okay.
Got it at Guitar Center here in the Valley. Same place. I got the Black Les Paul.
On
the
Ventura
studio.
Boulevard,
So,
right?
Yeah, same place.
Yeah.
And I bought it in, I think, 2007,
Mm-hmm.
I think is when I got it. And it is to spec. Nothing has been changed. It's to spec on the 67. And man, does it kills, man, especially for rhythms. Rhythms, man, you just can't beat how how it lays and how everything plays. And it's just one of those, even though I'm a Les Paul man, I always wanted a V. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
go with the real deal. And it's
Oh, yeah.
one of the few I haven't broken the headstock. It's all good.
Any idea what year again? What'd you say? Did you...
2000, I think it's a 2005, and I got it in 2007.
Right.
But it was 67 reissue though.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 67 reissue, and and ironically, just a couple months after I bought it, I went down to the Guitar Center. What's the guitar competition they used to have and stuff? I went down and played, and a guy named Steve. How funny. He was like hosting it, you know, he was a manager there, something like that, and he was hosting it, and right before I started playing, he made a mention of, so hey, if you have any guitar needs, come on down to Guitar Center and I'll set you up. And I'm setting my stuff up to play. I turned and looked at him and said, I did. I bought this from you right here. And we all had a big laugh about that. But yeah, it plays like a dream though, man. It really does. It's not the same tone as a Les Paul,
Right.
but it does play like a dream, especially rhythms.
Any idea on the pickups and?
There's, as far as I know, I think they're the Seymour Duncans.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
The 69ers, I think, or at least this one is. That one, I am not sure.
Is the neck a little bigger than, you know?
It's a little,
Wider?
just a tiny bit wider than the Les Paul neck, but it's also a little flatter, which I like. I really actually do like it. But like I said, that's what I was saying about the rhythm-wise. You can, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you can dance all over this thing, man. Dude, that's awesome.
And you
it
played
lays
this
nice.
guitar live, and you also, it was in the video too. You Bless My Eyes with Your Cruelty
Yes,
as well.
yes, it was. Yeah, because we had decided two dark Les Pauls
yeah,
were
yeah.
just not right visually, so
Exactly.
I went with this. I have no problem with that.
That's
I could have
awesome.
went with the other one. But yes, it's still, and as you can see, it's still in very nice condition
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, it really is. But a beautiful guitar, though.
What do we got next?
And then I got one that is complete surprise and special. Obviously, anyone who plays guitar and hard rock or metal, you know who Dime is. This is a Dime guitar. You know, it's the ML. Actually,
So the full title is a Dean, and what is it?
the Dean ML. I don't think it has a. I don't think it has like an identification number with it and stuff. But yeah, it's just a.
It's kind of a runoff of Explorer, right? Back in the day,
yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think actually it used to be like a Washburn or something like that. Was but the like the Washburn Star or something like that.
Right.
But everyone who plays guitar knows it wound up being about dime. I mean,
Right.
you can't look at this and not think dime, dude.
Totally.
Otherwise, you've been in a coma.
Exactly.
So but yeah, what happened? What happened? The reason I came across this was. A friend of mine who used to play in a band called Wretched Child, he had passed away, and he collected guitars and stuff, but was not a player. He collected them, and when he passed, his wife Vicky, a very dear friend, love you Vicky, if you see
You're
this.
talking about Wayne.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Vicky was selling stuff that had been collected, just it needed to, as we all do, need to move along, that kind of thing. And she happened to put these up, and Jill saw them one day and was like, hey, Vicky's selling some stuff that Wayne had, you'd be interested. And I was like, okay, what she got? So we started scrolling through. She had a bunch of pictures up. And we started scrolling through, and I saw this one. And I said, I sent a message saying, send get a whammy bar, because I couldn't tell. By the way, I just couldn't see it because it was all black. And she said, yes, it does. And I said, I noticed that it doesn't have any dots on it. There's no inlays and stuff, and it's 24 fret. So I thought, you know what? All right. So I've always wanted a dime guitar, man. I was like, yeah, okay, this is the time. So I asked her about it, and she was like, yeah. And so anyway, I had a gig with Stonebreed, and we were playing at the House of Blues with Black Panther, packed house.
Steel Panther.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Very funny.
There you go.
Anyway,
It's a black Dean guitar though.
I know, because at first I thought Steel Dragon, and I thought, no, I'm
Steel,
wrong.
yeah.
I know, I swear to God,
Yeah.
dude. So anyway, we were playing with Steel Panther. We were opening up direct support at packed house. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful night, man. Them guys are cool. And she met us up there. She came to the one on Sunset, and she came up and like after my set, she actually hopped off the elevator. I was getting on the elevator, and she was getting off, and she had it in her hand and was like, I think this is yours.
What
and
the?
Yeah, one of those deals. So I got it that night.
Dude, you're like a magnet. How many guitars were actually offered?
That's what I'm saying. Just the right place, right time,
Wow.
and wonderful people, man. Wonderful people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the love is so deeply appreciated, because as you can see, I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. I have a very nice selection of children.
Yes.
Because you know how cat ladies call their cats children, and people who collect little thimbles call them children. Well, these are my children. You don't like it? Bite me. Anyway, these are my children, and I got so blessed along the way to have what I have. I have an amazing collection. I
That's
really
awesome.
do. And well, to anyone who watches this, I hope you enjoy it, man. I do.
Well, before we're done here, can you show us your amp in your cabinet there? What do you play through?
Okay, can do. Believe it or not, okay, this is a Marshall cab. It's just your typical run-of-the-mill 350 and all that stuff. The name got ripped off going out the front door. The screen door closed on me, and it hit the Marshall thing and
Oh, wow.
ripped her right off. Yeah, so it's been this way ever since.
Okay.
Another Guitar Center purchase and stuff, got it down there. And then this I got because my dime amp, I had the original Frankenstein, and the transformers blew out and everything, and well, basically it was going to cost more to replace all that than it was worth and everything, and it really sucked because God, I loved that amp. So in a pinch, I got to get something to get me by. $140. I find this online, and it's the MG 100 HCFX. And I think it's like 75 watts, and believe it or not, it's solid state. It's solid state. It has 4 different channels on it, and I got to tell you, as far as a get me by amp, here I am playing it a few years later. It's actually a pretty cool amp, man.
The tone is amazing. I think it's a lot to do with you and your fingers and you playing, but it's like
Thanks.
the tone is really, really good.
It is, yeah. I was blown away. At first, I was just like, oh my God, you kidding me? It's a solid state. What? You're not supposed to get this sound from a solid state. Like I said, I went from the original dime amp, man, to this, and it was like, it was one of those deals. I'm like, okay, fine, just something to get me by. lo and behold, and well, in videos that we've recorded and live, like at the Viper Room and the Whiskey and Petey's Place and all that kind of stuff. You guys rock. Thanks for having us. Dude, I mean, you can hear it. It's like, holy shit, this is not a joke. It actually, for a solid state, this thing kicks some ass.
So I have a question on stage. How far is the volume? You know, how far?
Oh, now on stage, the master volume is like way up here. It's like about 5, something like that. Yeah, it's like way up there, man. You know, whereas on my dime amp, it was like a 2.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, and then almost done here. Well, I want to know, what do you play through?
Say it again.
What effects, pedals? What do you play through?
Oh, as far actually, I don't use effects. I've been playing dry for many, many years, just straight into the amp and just the gain that it gives me and everything. But recently, since we've started doing our thing in Lit Soul, I kind of felt like maybe a little bit more on the leads would be necessary to just kind of flavor it up a bit. So there is a built-in, there's built-in effects on this, which is one of the cool things about this amp. It has like delay and chorus and reverb and doubling effect or no wait, octaver, things like that and stuff. And so on my lead channel, I've kind of introduced just a little bit of delay and a little bit of stereo chorus, just a tiny bit, kind of wetting it up a bit, that sort of thing.
So basically, you're going straight in, but you have a pedal though.
Yeah,
when you do leads, you slam
channel,
that, and that's
selector.
it. I mean, you're not playing through any pedals, any wahs, any distortion, any,
Nope.
anything.
Yeah, just channel
delay.
selector. And matter of fact, some of the videos I just mentioned,
Yeah.
I hadn't even turned on the stereo chorus or the delay. It was just,
Right.
it was just rhythm or lead. That's it. But yeah, it gives me it's a clean channel, and then there's a slightly dirty channel, kind of a blues kind of thing, and then there's a hard rock channel, and then there's a metal channel, and I use the metal channel for my leads. Stuff.
Any guitar players watching this later, I mean, that's like kudos, because I mean, so many other guitar players play through so many things to get so many sounds that sound better. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's really, really cool. All right, you want to lead us out here? You want to maybe just play us a little something, and
I'll tell you what.
On your number 1 there.
Let me play a new riff I came up with just a couple nights ago.
Don't give anything away.
Don't give anything away. Oh, you really are.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hey, by the way, litsoul.com, the band Lit Soul on Facebook. And by the way, Steve, what's your page there?
Oh, God, I don't know.
You don't know your
I know.
All right,
Jill does all that.
Okay. All right. All right. Just Facebook, Lit Soul, litsoul.com. Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you. Except for the last question.
And good night.